taking the Ranger, homie, I ain't but fuck all these fakes. Independent truck, WR boy, so I don't know, you ain't know how to skate. Tendo with the nerve case in my backpack, for I'm taking a break. I just be running, ain't taking no breaks. I got the main fur mixed with snake. Running up, stacking up, all I know this ceiling can take. Dark marks with the shades on, war ready like you can.
What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another wrestling podcast for you guys. I'm Unstoppable Denominator, and this week, no Petelogical this week. Also, the reason why it's just me, Oos, this week is because it's my niece's birthday, and she wants me to be there because she's going to be leaving the state that we live in. But anyways, Unstoppable Squad, it's just me, Oos. As you know that we did our predictions last week. And for WrestleMania, I solely won our prediction. There was only 3 matches we had differently than each other. So I won 2 out of 1 matches. So I won 2 out of 3 matches. And so he has now have to wear a Gunther t-shirt. He just bought one. He bought it during our night 1 WrestleMania. He is willing to wear it on podcast. He's the man of his word. I am too. So also going forward, we didn't do our night 1 and night 2 thoughts. We are sorry because they just wanted to go home. And this recording, Petelogical and I did a Russell Talk podcast together. We actually did it over the phone. We were going to do this in person, but I ended up, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, only reason why is because I had my niece's birthday party. She wanted me to go celebrate it with her. I didn't get home until late, and I spent all day with my family, but we decided to do this over the phone. You guys do not want to miss it. It's going to be airing right after this, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. Stay tuned for that. You guys do not want to miss that. I'm Unstoppable Denominator. Let's get this episode of Wrestling Podcast underway, shall we? PWInsider noted that minutes before the recorded moment with CM Punk that is circulating, Damian Priest had stepped in to help a female talent get away from a similar group, people trying to surrender her for photos and autographs. Lack of security at hotel was a topic of conversation over all WrestleMania weekend. Mike Johnson from PWInsider. We're about to be talking about this situation here in a minute of the same topic. Well, I just want to say is that any of these fans want to get autographs and photos with the wrestler at a hotel or at a restaurant, good luck, because you're going to get turned down. You're not, they're not a decent person, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They are a human being, too. What if you're a famous person? Would you turn it down? No. Of course you would. If you're with a family or friends or even eating, in the middle of eating, you're going to turn it down. The New Day turned me down at Denny's. So you think that's okay for them to turn it down? They're human beings, people. My butt hurt about it a little bit, but I got over it. They're human beings just like we are. I just don't understand why the fuck all these fans out there just think, oh, well, if we meet a famous person out in public, if it was meet and greet, then yes, but not in public like that. Well, what if FaZe Rug? Because FaZe Rug loves his fans. It's fine with him. Or Barwatis. Or Ryan Trahan. Or who knows if Mr. Beast, who knows? But it's just a lack of people in this world just don't have common sense. And yeah, I was young at the time when I met the New Day. That was back in 2014, I think. But I'm over it. I don't care. There's meet and greets all over the place. I could go, there's a meet and greet in freaking Springfield. I can go to that meet and greet. I'm not butthurt. So what if I had to pay money just to see them? Oh, if I ran into them, why can't I get a photo? It's because they don't want to, they have things to do. They're probably going to places, they want to go to bed. They want to go spend time with their family or something. Leave them be, people. We're about to talk about that same situation here in a second. Let's get to that topic. So with that same topic is that guy who had his phone smacked away by CM Punk after night 2 of WrestleMania uploaded his video seemingly to try to justify his case. Okay, so One, like I said in the beginning of the earlier topic just a minute ago, saying that wrestlers are human beings. Leave them the fuck alone. They are, if they're hugging, that means, or seeing another wrestler, because they haven't probably seen each other in a long time. And plus, I get that what I'm saying here is that they could have met up at each other's hotel room and talked instead of being in public, you know. But what I would have done was, the fans would probably still bother them. So I think WWE needs to hire these securities at the hotels and back the fans away. I don't know about you guys, but I have a feeling these fans need to fuck off and get a life. Oh, we want a photo. We want a autograph. Well, there's a meet and greet. Oh, I don't want to pay billions of dollars for a meet and greet. Oh, well, tough shit. It shows him invading Bayley's and AJ Lee's space, which was true. Maybe I'll find a video and I'll throw it in here for you guys. It seems the two are embracing in a hug, and Bayley moves the two away from the growing group of fans.
We love you, Bailey.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Punk. Sorry, Punk.
And Bayley did tell the fan, get out of here, go away. And the fan just didn't care. That's when CM Punk knocked the phone out of his hand. Okay? Bayley and AJ can be heard saying something about all these people. When Bayley backs away, instead of respecting their space, the man moves closer to say, "We love you, Bayley," to which Bayley slaps the phone from the guy, saying, "Go away, dude. Get out of here," like I just said. Guy continues to record, and that's where we see the hand of CM Punk slap the phone completely away from the guy, since he couldn't take a hint, no matter how many times the stars have to make posts about this sort of thing. Drew McIntyre just posted his latest fan do's and don'ts on social media days before night one. You'll get people like this who feel entitled, and people who will excuse these actions online. These are real people with real emotions. Doesn't take much to realize what moments should be left alone. Punk was justified in this sense. Bayley's request went ignored. We don't know these people. Stop acting like we do. They deserve their space and respect. Seriously, they do. Whether it's mobbing them in public or calling them by their government names, something Drew also mentioned to stop doing because you don't like them. Even if they do it to each other on TV, that doesn't give you a pass to do so. Even if it's online, it's cringe. More self-aware. Be better. And here's more updates on this situation of that stupid loser fan. The fan is now telling TMZ, while remaining anonymous, funny enough, that he wants an apology and a handshake from CM Punk. Bro, you're not going to get a handshake or apology at all. If I was CM Punk, I would knock your ass out. I'll tell you the truth. None of you fans are not gonna learn. Leave these people alone. And like I said in my last topic about how I met the New Day, was I butthurt that I never got an autograph or a freaking photo? Of course not. Well, I kind of was, but not. I literally am over it. At least I got to meet the New Day in person. I met a lot of wrestlers the past years. I've met Doink the Clown, Cody Rhodes, and Matt Hardy. Who else did I meet? Oh, Jerry Lawler, Booker T, Ryback, Rey Mysterio. If you don't believe me, here's a video of me and Rey Mysterio encounter.
Excited?
Yep. Hey, Ryan, I have a question. I have a YouTube channel, and a lot of people are asking me that I'm to be like you. But do I have tenacity to it?
Nothing compared.
I keep telling them, I do wrestling news and wrestling talk show.
Even if you did look at me.
Yeah. Okay. They keep saying that I'm trying to be like you, and I'm like, yeah.
That's all good, man.
There's other wrestlers that I've met in person. The audacity of entitled fans who are clearly in the wrong. They deserve to not be in a wrestler, a wrestling fan if they're going to be acting like this. You got fucking there's wrestling fans out there that are fucking stalking wrestlers because they don't have a life. They think they're better than anyone else because they, like, for the female wrestlers, the stalker. Oh, I want to be with her because she's so beautiful and blah blah blah. Of course she's so beautiful, but there's no way in hell you're gonna get a chance with them because all these female wrestlers, male wrestlers, date inside the company. Some of them don't. Some of them, a lot of them do, but they're not gonna date you, especially a fan of them. Leave them alone. The hell. Years back, I met one of the Ghost Hunters, taps people at my old job, and guess what? I didn't go confront him and says, "Oh, I want an autograph. I want a photo." Guess what? I continued doing my work when he was at my work, getting food. I respected his space, like the rest of my coworkers. He respected his space, him and his girlfriend's space. Even though we all talked about it, it was him. But I did meet one of the other TAPS members as well. I think it was Dustin. But yeah, he was at a wrestling event here in my town, in my hometown. These fans will never fucking grow up until they get punched in the face. Oh, I'm gonna sue you. Oh, good. I hope you sue them because you're in the fucking wrong. They're getting in their privacy. Respect their privacy. Respect them when they're in public. Oh, just because FaZe Rug and Broadus are so damn, and Roman Atwood are so damn famous out there, that doesn't mean it's different for these fucking wrestlers. They have a family. Respect their privacy. Anyways, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this situation. Our next topic is Triple H disclosed what happened backstage at WrestleMania 42 immediately after Brock Lesnar returned after losing to Oba Femi. When asked about Brock Lesnar possibly retiring after last night, the game said on SportsCenter, Brock isn't the type to sit down for a long talk. He walked through the curtain angry. He headed straight to the bus, like always, but this time something felt different. Triple H called Brock one of the most famous combat athletes of all of our generation. A true one of a kind beast. People only see the brute strength, the destruction, suplex city, but Triple H reminded us something bigger. Brock's intelligence, the kind of fighter smart enough to know when he's hit a wall that can't be moved. Last night, that wall was named Oba Femi. Brock Lesnar walked into the next big thing. He realized the tide had turned and made the hardest decision in this business. He took his boots off, laid his gloves down, and walked away. Not out of fear, out of wisdom. And in that moment, just see a retirement. We witnessed the changing of the guard at the very top of the industry. Respect to the beast for knowing when to step aside, and respect to Oba Femi for being the one to push him there. What a night, what a career, and what a legend. Does this mean we are not going to see Gunther face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? As reports are saying, nothing has mentioned from WWE saying that he retired. Until we see WWE or Brock Lesnar saying that he's retired, we will know that he is fully retired. Maybe he stepped away. Listen, I was telling my friends when we had our WrestleMania party, I was telling them that they think Brock Lesnar is retired. Okay, listen, yes, that could be the symbol, but don't forget, he's retiring this year. That might have been saying this is my last WrestleMania, so I'm in my boots here in the ring. We don't know. We might get a message from Brock Lesnar. AJ Styles did the same thing, but then put his gloves back on. We don't know. We officially don't know what's going on until we hear from WWE or Brock Lesnar about it. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this situation. Our next topic is, do you think TKO having full control over WWE creative is a good thing for the company? I don't think so. Sorry to say. Mark Shapiro says TKO complete control over WWE's creative decision. WWE's creative direction has been a hot topic ever since TKO took control. And now company president Mark Shapiro has made it clear exactly who is in charge. My friend actually mentioned this to me. He said they got the final call on everything. And I didn't believe him until this article came out. Shapiro was asked directly about fan concerns surrounding WWE's direction following the merger with UFC under the TKO banner. The question centered around whether TKO has real influence over creative decisions or if WWE still operates independently behind the scenes. Shapiro didn't hesitate when addressing the issue and made it clear that TKO holds full authority when it comes to the decision making across WWE operations. I'll kind of walk you through that. First of all, it has complete control, so we're responsible. He went on to explain that WWE's structure has evolved significantly over time, especially after the company became publicly traded and later merged into TKO. According to Shapiro, transparency increased after WWE went public and continued expanding once the UFC and WWE merger created TKO as a publicly traded company. Nobody knew. They knew it was successful and the brand was strong and it had a legion of fans. But they didn't really know how the business worked and what it was making. Then Vince McMahon went public with WWE and then TKO was formed with UFC and WWE coming together. Shapiro's comment provides one of the clearest confirmation yet about the power structure behind WWE, especially as fans continue to debate who ultimately controls the creative direction seen on TV each week. With WWE continuing to evolve under TKO leadership, fans are paying closer attention than ever to how those decisions shape the product moving forward. You think TKO having full control over WWE creative is a good thing for the company? I definitely think it's not a good thing. Because look at, they're making the ticket prices up sky high. Till WWE's gonna TKO is gonna drop the prices, my friends and I are not going to go. Well, you're going to lose a lot of fans if they're going to continue the prices. Not many fans are going to continue paying unless if they're like full hardcore like green shirt guy. But anyways, Unstoppable Squad, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this situation. Our next topic is Adam Pearce announces Ethan Page is the newest member of the WWE roster of Raw. Looks like he will be facing Javon Evans. Ethan Page wins his main roster debut. After Rusev attacks Javon Evans, Penta tries to make the save, but Ethan sides with Rusev and helps take him out. Well, we talked about here on this podcast, I think last week or so, that we would see Ethan Page, Sol Ruka, Ricky Saint, Joe Hendry, and much more being called up to the main roster. So we're going to be talking about more names here in a minute, but we just seen Ethan Page debut. That's one of the names that debuted. It's great to see Ethan Page on the main roster now. Let's see how they'll use him going forward, and hopefully they don't get him mixed up in the mix like with the other wrestlers they have. So do you think WWE's going to do some little cleaning on the roster and fire some wrestlers? I think we'll be seeing that very, very soon. So, but yeah, let me know. The next topic is Danhausen says that John Cena has passed the torch to him at WrestleMania 42 Night 2. I doubt he did. He was just laughing at how the fact that... The thing is, Danhausen didn't disappear. What the hell? He thinks got the torch by... He didn't, sorry to say. And he has some new demands from WWE, including the Danhausen serial. Good luck with that. Danhausen, the animated series. Well, good luck with that, because you're not going to get that. His face on the side of production trucks. Well, you asked for that a long time ago. You never did. The only things you got was Triple H and the Blimp now. We're going to be, down in the future, we're going to be talking about Danhausen. It's not the topic we're going to talk about, but... I think Danhausen is a joke. I'm sorry to say. Anyways, on the Unstoppable Squad, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about Danhausen with a list of his demands, and how do you feel about him saying that John Cena passed him the torch? Sorry to say. Alright, really our next topic is, so we just talked about Ethan Page being the new member of the Raw roster, right? So Sol Ruka makes her Raw debut, interrupts Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan beats Sol Ruka with the help from Zarya. Now, does this mean that Zarya will be called up as well? Because there's a feud going on with NXT that her and Sol Ruka are still fighting. So we'll see about that. After the match, Stephanie Valkyrie comes out and tells Liv that she wants her rematch for the Women's World title. Well, you're not going to win it, Stephanie Valkyrie. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited to see Sol Ruka make her debut on Monday Night Raw? And is Zarya going to be following her on Monday Night Raw as well? We'll have to see. Our next topic is Paul Heyman says he owes Gunther a favor for handling Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 42 and will repay Gunther whenever he asks for it. Braun Breaker says 1 year ago he became the leader of the division because Seth Rollins was too weak, and his favorite part of WrestleMania 42 was making sure Seth Rollins lost to Gunther. Seth Rollins comes out with a steel chair and goes after the Vision, but they overwhelm him and beat him down. The Street Profits make their return and fight Logan Paul and Austin Theory to the back. So we should see Seth Rollins, the Street Profits versus Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul in a tag match next week on Raw, possibly. Welcome back to the Street Profits. Glad to see them back. Was wondering where they were been. And congratulations to Bianca Belair being a mom. We were wondering if she was going to lose her finger. It looks like she's not. She's got all her fingers, and it looks like she's going to be out for a little longer because she's going to become a mom. So let me know in the comments below how you guys feel, and congratulations to Bianca Belair. Our next topic is Roman Reigns. The Usos celebrate Roman becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. Roman says he misses doing business with them. Proposes the three of them reunite as the Bloodline. Jacob Fatu interrupts and says he needs the World Heavyweight title, and he needs all the perks that Roman Reigns has for his family. Jacob challenges Roman to a match at Backlash for the title. Roman says he's not sure Jacob can handle the pressure of being a champion, which is true. Well, I mean, he did with the United States, but probably not the world champion. And we'll give Jacob a week to rethink his challenge. So, my friends, we're just saying this in our group chat. So, Jacob Fatu is going for Roman's title. That didn't take long. If he loses, he's gotta acknowledge Roman Reigns. So I do agree with that. So do you think this will not? I feel like this is gonna probably go on till like Clash in Italy, since Roman Reigns is now going to be a full-timer. A lot of fans are saying, oh, why should we see Roman Reigns a champion? We don't need another part-timer as a champion. He said it, he's not going to be a full part-timer again. He's actually going to be a full-timer. He's going to be making more appearances this year. He has already made a lot of appearances this year as it is. So, do I see Jacob Fatu beating Roman Reigns? No. I do probably see Jacob Fatu joining Roman Reigns and the Uso. Will we get the whole full bloodline as a group, eventually as a huge faction? I would love to see that. Yes, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let me know in the comments below. What do you guys like to see? Next topic is Joe Hendry concert is next week on Raw. So That's another name that is added to the main roster on Monday Night Raw. So who do you guys think is going to be on the main roster on NXT on Friday? We'll have to find out and see who that's going to be. We don't know as of this recording, but when this podcast goes up, you guys will all know. But we will be talking about that in the next clips. So how do I feel about Joe Hendry being on the main roster? I'm sorry to say it's kind of too soon, but he's going to be mixed in the mid-card of course, but I think he might get mixed into shuffles and probably be released from WWE eventually. Not right away, but down the road. Yes, like with a whole bunch of names. Like I said in the last topic, I feel like we're going to see a whole bunch of WWE spring cleaning list of who they're going to release from their contract. But I can't wait to see Joe Hendry's concert next week on Raw. Are you guys excited to see that next week? Let me know in the comments below. Our next topic is Lexis King defeats EK Prosper to officially become the new NXT B champion. King brings gold to the birthright as he continues the legacy of his father, Brian Pillman, in WWE. Well, congratulations to Brian Pillman Jr., aka Lexis King. Congratulations to Lexis King. And well, it's great to see that, the Birthright has more titles now. And not just that, because Stax has one, Ariana Grace has one, and it's going to be interesting to see if they'll collect more belts in WWE. I'm not too sure if Stax is going to be staring back in TNA or not, but I know Ariana Grace is. So, because she is still the Knockouts champion as of right now. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel. Are you guys happy that Lexis King won and took the belt away from EK Prosper? And we don't know much of the Speed Championship. All we know is that they have like a 2-minute match to beat the 2-minute match, and I guess he won by a pinfall. So yeah, congratulations to Lexis King. Topic is Tatum Paxley defeats Blake Monroe in a casket match to retain the Women's North American Championship, locking the closing casket with a replica belt and hitting Symmetry Drive to send Blake into the casket. Congratulations to Tatum Paxley on defeating Blake Monroe. There's reports going around saying that now that she lost to Tatum Paxley, reports are saying that she will be moved up to the main roster. As of this recording, you guys already know, as of this right now recording, probably happen tomorrow. When I get more updates tomorrow, I will put it into this podcast. I feel like it's too soon for Blake Monroe. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's too soon or not? Because there's some NXT superstars that have been in NXT for the longest time and they haven't been moved up yet. I get they haven't not ready, but still, you can't be having them in NXT for the longest time if you don't have anything for them. It's like, come on. But we'll see going forward. I think what I would love to see is there's some names I would love to see called up onto the main roster that's still been in NXT for a while. Former Chase U, I forgot her name, Andre Chase, and NXT still. But yeah, I get it. Look at Trick Williams. He was down there for a long time and he moved up. But I'm saying they should be moved up. If they're not ready, oh well. It's like they've been in the roster for the longest time. If you're not gonna move them up, release them if they're not great enough or not ready to be called up. But let me know in the comments. So we have two subjects here about Brock Lesnar here. We're gonna be talking about Brock Lesnar 2 times during this podcast. So Brock Lesnar reportedly handpicked Oba Femi to defeat him at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. It was noted that Brock personally gave WWE his seal of approval for Oba Femi to defeat him at WrestleMania 42 and signed off on him being his successor. Additionally, it was noted that Paul Heyman personally produced the match between Femi and Lesnar. Source is by his Body Slam. Okay, so I get that Paul Heyman made this match, and pretty much I hate this because why make the match so short? This should have been like a really powerful move between each other. This should have been at least 10-minute match, not a 2-minute match or a minute match. This should have been a 10-minute match. 10-minute brutal match. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this should have been a brutal match? I think it should have been. Instead of like a squash match. Maybe Brock Lesnar didn't want a brutal match, long match. Maybe he wanted a short match. Who knows? But all we would know is if we hear this in an interview by Brock Lesnar that he wanted this a short match and so on. But let me know in the comments. In that same topic of Brock Lesnar, according to sources from Sports Bash, Brock Lesnar is set to face legal action from WWE. Controversial retirement. Reports suggest WWE may file a lawsuit after Lesnar's alleged unscripted exit from the company. Lesnar reportedly announced his retirement during WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. He was said to be frustrated with Triple H planning his retirement match against Gunther. Okay, that makes sense. He probably didn't want to face Gunther. But listen, Gunther is the career killer. I would have booked that. I understand he is frustrated, but you have a guy who's ending careers. Why don't you let this guy end your career with you? What's wrong with Gunther? I know you guys are gonna say, well, there's many things that's wrong with Gunther, but guys, Gunther, I love Gunther. Even Petelogical would even say he loves Gunther as well. Even Venom Vex would probably say the same thing. But who knows what's wrong with Gunther for Brock Lesnar. WWE is rumored to be seeking a $1 million penalty for an alleged breach of contract. Lesnar has also reportedly rejected a request from TKO Group Holdings to reserve his retirement decision. Triple H is expected to address this situation next week on Raw. Source Sports Bash. So we're gonna figure out this situation Monday Night Raw next week. As you guys are listening to this podcast, it's already happened. We'll air that into next week's podcast. But let me know in the comments below, how do you guys feel about Brock Lesnar? And how do you guys feel about WWE gonna sue Brock Lesnar? Do you think it's the right move or not? Let me know in the comments. Our next topic is Adam Copeland says he and Christian Cage will retire if they lose to FTR at AEW Double or Nothing. It's a tough one. So I do not want to see them leave AEW without the tag team championships. Hold on. Who is the AEW champion? I haven't been watching, so okay, yes. So they are currently the tag team champions right now. Okay, I do want to say they will win, but I have a feeling they won't win, and they will. That is like their end of AEW. I think they will win against FTR here in AEW, have the tag team titles. Since they haven't won the tag team titles, I would love to see Edge and Christian win the tag titles in AEW, have a great run there, and then lose, and then leave AEW, and then go to WWE, have their retirement tour there, and so on. That would be great. Yes, I know in the comments below, you guys are going to say you need to watch AEW. Yes, my friend has been mentioning, what, really? You haven't been watching AEW, really? It's like, yeah, I've been hearing it's been good, so maybe I should get back into it. Maybe I'll ask my coworker to see if he still watches AEW on second shift. Let me know in the comments below. Are you guys excited to see this match? Do you think Edge and Christian will win the tag titles from FTR, or do you think they're gonna lose? Let me know in the comments below. Our next topic is WrestleMania 43 was officially planned for Nashville and not to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027. The Nashville tourism groups and the Tennessee Titans announced that WrestleMania 43 was originally scheduled to be held in Nashville at the new Nissan Stadium in 2027. It was noted that the reason things did not work out was an issue with the dates, with plans ultimately falling through. Although there is still interest in working something out to bring WrestleMania to the city within the next few years, source Andrew Stella. So that would be good to see this happening. But we already know WWE is huge on celebrities, right? So Nashville, Tennessee is big, huge name for country artists, like aka Jelly Roll. There's other names that are country artists, and they would be probably meant to be brought up into this situation. Maybe have it in 2028. If I was them, I would sign off saying 2028. But let me know in the comments below. Would you guys would love to see it in Nashville, Tennessee? And where else would you like to see it? Since, you know, there's a whole bunch of states that they've never been in. So WWE, you should start spreading out throughout the whole United States instead of keep going in the same states all the time. How about you go to different states that you guys never been to? There's events that they probably haven't been to as well. And there should be other countries that they should go to, like Japan, China. Book it out. Do other wrestling events outside the state, like SummerSlam, or, you know, not to be in Saudi all the time, you know? You got probably a show that's supposed to be in Saudi. Make it that right there in Saudi. But I understand, make WrestleMania in Saudi. That would be awesome. But we would like to probably see it in Italy and other states. Other countries too. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel. And would you guys like to see it in other countries and other states too that haven't been in this state? Our next topic is Pat McAfee opt out of the Cody versus Randy storyline, leading WWE to drop it and scrap the planned for Backlash tag team match, which we talked about here on this podcast, which I mentioned actually. But both Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll were very aware of the criticism around celebrities in wrestling. Okay, but the thing is, yes, having too many celebrities in wrestling is getting out of hand. But these fans gotta realize this is what puts people in the seats. Yes, you shouldn't surround them around wrestling all the time. But what if these celebrities grew up being a wrestling fan and wanted to be a wrestler for one day or something? I definitely would love to see Pat McAfee versus Jelly Roll, Pat McAfee versus Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny versus Jelly Roll. Don't forget, they are a fan of the product too. Look at AEW. They got a fucking celebrity. They bring in celebrities. They bring these freaking hot chicks for Andrade. So what the fuck point is that? Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this situation. This recording, there are rumors speculating, suggesting a mixed tag match between Finn Balor and Stephanie Valkyrie versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan for the WWE Backlash 2026. Liv Morgan defeated Stephanie Valkyrie to become the new Women's World Champion at WrestleMania 42. A rematch or a continuing of this feud is anticipated for Backlash. The Demon Finn Balor had faced Dominic Mysterio in a singles match at WrestleMania 42. Following tension within the Judgment Day, reports and fan theories have circulated regarding Valkyrie potentially adopting a Demon Queen persona to align with Balor for a mixed tag team encounter against Morgan and Mysterio. The match has not been officially confirmed by WWE yet. This could be awesome. This would be great to see Demon Queen Stephanie Valkyrie and Demon King Finn Balor as a team. That would be interesting to see. Would you guys like to see that? I definitely would go popping for that. I'm actually gonna save this. This actually just came across my feed and it just popped up like 6 hours ago. So, and I did see something about a fan doing that too. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys like to see? We have some news here. WWE news. Paige says current WWE run could be her last run. Paige isn't hiding how she feels about her WWE current run. And during a recent interview, she made it clear this chapter may be the final one of her wrestling career. While speaking on What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon, Paige opened up about the emotions she carried after being forced to step away from wrestling during one of the biggest turning points in women's wrestling history. She recalled being backstage during the first ever Women's Royal Rumble while already retired, watching history unfold without her. Paige described the difficult moment of witnessing that milestone from behind the curtain while knowing her own future in the ring was uncertain. You were clear to be able to wrestle in AEW. I had to be backstage in Gorilla when the Royal Rumble just started and no one knew I was retired by that point. So I just sat there and I was just really sad. It was bittersweet. I was happy that the girls finally got this big match that we didn't have before. But I was sad because I wasn't part of it. And I didn't know if I was ever going to be a part of it again. And so to have this moment where I'm back in WWE, my neck is good, I'm wrestling again, and there's opportunities for me to be a part of these stipulation matches. I mean, man, I'm really excited for the next couple of years, Paige had said. The experience appears to be shaping how she views the current return to the ring. Paige explained that her mindset now is very different from her earlier run, as she focuses on enjoying every moment and checking off opportunities she once thought were gone forever. She made it clear she is treating this run differently because she doesn't expect to wrestle long term once it ends. It came in this time with the mindset where I was just happy and having fun because I don't think I'm going to be wrestling after this run. I want to just enjoy my time that I have here. Embrace absolutely everything. Just enjoy the journey. That's all I care about. But I do want to finally be able to be in the Royal Rumble that I got to not be a part of, and do the Elimination Chamber and do all those stipulations matches that were not around for the women's division, Paige said. Paige returns already delivering. Page's return already delivered a major moment at WrestleMania 42, where she captured the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship alongside with Brie Bella. She stepped into the match as a replacement for Nikki Bella, who was unable to compete due to injury. That victory marked a major comeback moment for Paige, whose career was originally short after suffering a serious neck injury in December 2017. Before that injury, Paige played a major role in WWE's Women's Revolution beginning in 2015, helping push the division into a new era of longer matches and bigger opportunities. Now, years later, she is approaching this run with the mindset that every match could be one of her last chances to accomplish goals that once seemed impossible. Paige has already checked off one major milestone by returning to championship gold, but her comment suggests she still has unfinished business, especially when it comes to matches she never had chance to compete in during her original run. Do you think Paige should retire after this run, or would you like to see her continue wrestling if she stays healthy? Let me know in the comments below. I think Paige accomplished everything that she wants done and check it off and then retire on her terms, not due to injuries. You know, it's just the same way with Edge. He wants to retire on his terms. But let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts and feedback in the comments. Our next topic is WWE news. WWE's target date for WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia revealed. WrestleMania 43 is heading to Saudi Arabia, and now there's a clearer update on when it could happen and how how WWE plans to structure the show. As of this recording, I have mentioned about WWE and Nashville before timing issues forced a change. WWE has now fully shifted focus overseas. According to WrestleVotes Radio, the backstage expectations is that WrestleMania 43 will take place in Saudi Arabia as planned, with a specific date already being targeted. WrestleMania 43 is expected to take place on March 27th, aligning with the final weekend of Saudi season. At the same time, WWE is keeping a backup window in mind in case adjustments are needed. As the weekend of April 10th is also being discussed internally. The weekend of April 10th is also being discussed internally as possible alternative date. The reports also touches on how the event itself could be presented, with internal talks about whether WrestleMania could return to one night format for the show. However, there is hesitation that appears to be tied to broadcast preferences and business strategy. A one-night WrestleMania has been considered as a possibility, so it's currently viewed as unlikely. ESPN is said to prefer WrestleMania remain a two-night event, which has become the standard in recent years. WWE has moved forward with the defined direction, including a target date and format expectation already being discussed internally. At this point, WrestleMania 43 is not just set for Saudi Arabia, but it's being built around a specific time frame, with key decisions already leaning toward how the show will look when it happens. Do you think WWE should stick with Saudi Arabia and for WrestleMania 43? Or would you rather see it return to the U.S. stadium? I think it should go to the Saudi Arabia and then move it back to the United States, and then push it on over to the overseas. Like I said, the last topic we talked about this. I want to see it in Italy. I want to see it in Japan. I want to see it in China. I want to see it in other countries as well. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this. Alright, next topic is former New Japan Pro Wrestling star Evil has officially signed a deal with WWE. It was noted that Evil has officially inked a deal with the company after departing New Japan Pro Wrestling, and is ready to begin the next chapter of his career in the United States. This comes after it was previously reported several months ago that Evil was expected to join WWE. Interesting, because if this was several months ago, we would have reported this here on this channel, on the podcast with you guys. But also, speculations are saying that Io Sky and Evil are in a relationship together. And fans were like, oh, I didn't know they were still together. Well, apparently they are. It's great to see Evil being in WWE. I wonder what he will be under as a character name in WWE. Where is he going to be debuting? In NXT or on the main roster? That's going to be interesting to find out where he's going to be. I say start him off in NXT and make him win NXT championship, and then make his way up to the main roster. Yeah, would be great to see. I never heard of him and never seen his work before. Really interested to see his work, and we'll see how that goes. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I should see his work later on. Know in the comments below if you know him, and are you excited to see him in WWE. So as of this recording right here, the timestamp down here of this video, as of this recording, yesterday while I was sleeping for work yesterday night, WWE has released a whole bunch of names, and I called this here on this podcast, during this whole podcast beginning, that we would see some releases coming up soon. Well, I didn't expect it to be this week. I talked about it in this week's podcast. For everyone that's getting this right now on the wrestling news, I talked about this. Don't believe me? Go check the links down below. The podcast links will be You can listen to it right there. The full list of WWE superstars being released. We have whole Wyatt 6 members. Uncle Howdy, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Nikki Cross. They really didn't have much for the Wyatt 6 because we had the feud going on for the longest time with the MFTs, and well, I just want to say is that it's going to suck not having Uncle Howdy because he's the brother of Bray Wyatt. Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, I definitely see those two pairing up in a different company. I would love to see them as a tag team in a different company. I definitely could see them probably going to TNA for sure. It's not AEW. I definitely see them going to WW or TNA. I see them going to TNA. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. And going forward, this was not WWE that released them. Apparently, Zelina Vega said in her video on live stream saying that she got released, and it usually comes up as Stafford, Connecticut. It came up as TKO. So TKO has the final say in who's being released. So TKO is the ones that's releasing these people. And I'll say is that TKO is an idiot because half of these stars does not make sense because I'll explain to you guys here in a minute. With the Wyatt 6 kind of made sense, but they could have done more difference into something with them. Maybe WWE and TKO fumbled on these guys, but we'll talk about this here in a minute. With Zelina and Aleister Black, okay, cool. They didn't really have anything for them. Do I see Aleister Black going back to AEW? I definitely for sure do. Zelina Vega, I'm sorry to say, you got released by WWE multiple times, and it's time to move on to a different company. Either go to a different company or just do your stupid live stream. I would go to a different company. Kairi Sane. This does not make any fucking sense right here. Kairi Sane, why release Kairi Sane? Kairi Sane is being released for no reason because she was going to be ending up into a storyline with Asuka. Now, does this seem like Asuka is going to be following her footsteps soon? But with Kairi Sane being released, it made no sense because she was going to be in a storyline, and with Asuka, when Asuka was going to turn on her, maybe they wouldn't have anything planned after Kairi Sane, with Kairi Sane later on. Maybe that would make sense to release her later on, but not now. Oba Fire kind of made sense because Chelsea Green's hurt. I would have released her anyway. Chelsea Green says, oh, WWE hasn't seen her real talent and blah, blah, blah. I hope we see her somewhere else. She can show off her real talent somewhere else, okay? But WWE didn't really get to see her talent. But I agree. Some of these superstars can show off their talent and make WWE make them regret on releasing them. That's what I say with Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. Next one I say is Zoe Stark. I see the reason for that because she hasn't been used and she's injury prone and has been on the injury list for the longest time. So that checks off right there. Santos Escobar. Wasn't he just got re-signed and was going to be in a feud with someone on AAA? So does that mean he can't compete in AAA now? Because WWE owns AAA? I don't know how that's going to work out. Or is he going to be staying with AAA? I don't know how that's going to work out. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. Kind of didn't make any sense on releasing them, but I see them going back to TNA for sure. And probably ending up their run there. Apollo Crews, they said they fumbled him. Guys, they haven't even used him in forever. And the thing is, the guy hasn't even done shit for WWE. I would have released him long ass time ago. He's been in the company for the longest time. I would have released him. I didn't even care for Apollo Crews. I'm sorry. I remember when Immortal Spades and I had an encounter with him, and he was on a phone and almost bumped into us, like almost shoulder bumped us. Like it would have been, he would have been like, excuse me, yeah, that would have been your fault, dude, because you were on the phone. I'm glad he's been released anyway, because they haven't done shit for him. Luca Crucifix. Fino. That name does sound familiar. I don't remember seeing him much either. Dante Chen. I don't even remember his name. Maybe I do, but I just don't remember his work. Andre Chase. Kind of makes sense because they haven't been using him in NXT. Tyra May Steele. Don't know who that is. Serena Litton, don't know who that is. Trill Landon, don't know who that is. Malik Blade, maybe I know, but I don't know. Tyson DuPont, Tariq Igwin, or whatever. Chris Island, those are the names that I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with how I feel about the releases? Did they make a mistake on releasing these couple names? Where do you think they'll be placed in a different company? Do you see them in New Japan? I see some of them going to New Japan, AAA, AEW, Ring of Honor, AEW, TNA. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments below where you guys think they're going to end up being. Our next topic is the Fatal Influence has officially debuted on the main roster. Congratulations to them being on the main roster. I did not see them being on the main roster with JC Jane because the Fatal Influence hasn't done much in NXT. So why didn't you just leave them down there? But we'll see where they're going to end up being on the main roster. I see them using JC Jane more than the Fatal Influence. Eventually they'll take the Fatal Influence as a tag team into the tag team run in a couple matches or so and then release them down the road. And definitely see that happening. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about the Fatal Influence? Are you excited to see them on the main roster, or would you rather just see JC Jane on the main roster only? Let me know. The next topic is Tiffany Stratton wins the United States Championship. Well, congratulations on Tiffany Stratton on winning the United States Championship. Did not see that coming at all. So what are they going to do with Julia going forward? Hopefully they'll do something for her and use her, maybe hopefully make her win a championship, the higher championship, the women's championship, and not get mixed into the shuffle. I definitely would like to see Tiffany Stratton face Blake Monroe. She is rumored to be up there as well, possibly on SmackDown. I definitely want to see her on SmackDown, but especially feuding with Tiffany Stratton. I would love to see Tiffany Stratton and Blake Monroe as a tag team. Wouldn't you guys like to see that? I would. Let me know in the comments below how you guys would see Blake Monroe and Tiffany Stratton. Our next topic is, speaking of Blake Monroe, WWE officially announces Blake Monroe coming soon to Raw or SmackDown. Like I said, I would rather see her on SmackDown and feud with Tiffany Stratton, team up with Tiffany Stratton, and also become a tag team and win tag team gold together. I don't know. How do you guys feel? How would you guys actually book Blake Monroe? Would you like to see Blake Monroe versus Rhea Ripley? That would be a good match there too. I only can see her on NXT or SmackDown. Let me know in the comments below how you guys would book her in. Our next topic is Vince McMahon selling WWE to TKO was the biggest mistake ever. Ruined the business and fans are paying the price for it. Yes, for sure. We get random storylines, celebrity involvement. Well, technically in tomorrow's podcast we talked about celebrities in wrestling talk. Celebrity involvement, generational feuds, so what I'm talking about here is that we've had celebrities in WWE for a while, for the longest time, but not as constantly like this. High ticket prices, which we talked about here on this podcast, Petelogical and I, for the longest time. And we even talked about this in our Wrestle Talk in tomorrow's podcast, whenever I air that this week. Triple H is just a puppet of TKO right now. He can't do anything right without their permission. I bet Triple H would never have released the Wyatt Six and some other talent. Technically, as a reports, we talked about this in the podcast, that apparently TKO was shoving down Triple H and Nick Khan's throat, saying you guys got to release some people. We don't care who it is, and because of budget cuts. It might have been TKO's decision, like it was, and he had to follow it. Yes, he had to. I hope someone with a genuine brain and passion for this game buys WWE. So Tony Khan would have done wonders if he bought WWE and saved WWE from TKO. Definitely, we actually talked about this here on our podcast. Tony Khan buying WWE. Would he done wonders? Probably. He would have probably done better than TKO. Probably run it down the ground. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this. Do you think Vince McMahon should have sold the company to Triple H? Only Triple H, not group holdings. I think if Triple H got the whole rights of company, I think he would probably do a little bit better than what TKO is doing. But let me know in the comments below how you guys feel. Would you guys would have liked Triple H to buy it from Vince McMahon? So our next topic is just talking about this, and we're actually going to be talking about this in our wrestling talk. 22 WWE superstars released due to budget cuts. At the same time, Ari Amalo earns $27.4 million in 2025. So where exactly is the budget problem? The people creating the budget are creating the product are let go, excluded, cash out. Is this just business, or is this where fans would start questioning the system? I would start questioning the system because, again, TKO runs the business and they have the final rights on what needs to be because they own the company. They own WWE, so they have the final rights of what to say. Sorry, earning that much. I get that with all these new superstars coming over to the main roster and stuff. We actually talked about this in our wrestling podcast where we talked about WrestleMania didn't sell that much tickets. We'll be talking about that in that wrestling talk here. You guys don't want to miss that. The link will be down in the description down below where you guys can find our podcast where we talked about all this. Because we went in depth. I think we did it like almost a 2-hour podcast. The editor will have fun editing that all day. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this situation. Our next topic is a new AAA general manager will be revealed on May 23rd. Okay, so I have some questions. Who the hell will be the general manager over in AAA? Someone we probably don't even know who it might be. Someone we might know or someone we don't know. I feel like it's someone we actually know. I just don't know who it would be right now. Let me know in the comments below who you guys think it's going to be in AAA and how you guys feel about AAA actually. Are you guys excited to see more product of AAA? Let me know in the comments. Our next topic is after months of convincing Hannah that she was her best friend, Bea Priestley attacks the new Wonder of Stardom champion, Hannah, immediately following the biggest win of her career. Priestley says Hannah and all of the stars are weak. Then she rips her off her star's shirt to reveal a hate H-A-T-E t-shirt. Bea Priestley has done it again. I don't know what this is all about, but I wanted to bring this up in the podcast for you guys that actually follow this. But let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about that. Our next topic is, according to resources via Body Slam, SmackDown will reportedly be returning to 2 hours in a few weeks. We actually broke down in our podcast that's coming up. We actually broke down how we feel about SmackDown going back to 2 hours, and you guys do not want to miss it. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Some of y'all will say it's a good thing because there's too much TV and there's so much. I think should be 3 hours, both Raw and SmackDown, because there's so much that's got to be done. They won't do it because they use the talk and too much stuff backstage, and they got these damn celebrities coming around and blah blah blah. So they don't take advantage of the third hour or whatever. If I was them, I would play smart and do more wrestling than more talk or whatever. You know what I mean? But let me know in the comments below how you guys feel. So our next topic is WWE has released Charlie Bright. She was paired up with Kendall Gray for a while a former University of Minnesota cheerleader, but I haven't seen her on TV in a while unless she was working on Evolve. Probably, and they say another LFG player on the new season, I think. I don't know. This is someone I don't know. This is just came across my feed like 9 hours ago, almost 10 hours ago. So I just wanted to break this news and let you guys all know. But how do you guys feel about all these releases this year because of the budget cuts? Let me know in the comments. Petelogical actually wants to talk about this, 2 things here on this podcast. So I'm gonna actually leave because we wrote this down last night, and so we're gonna leave this be. But thank you guys for watching. This is the end of the wrestling podcast this week. Guys, stay tuned. Petelogical and I will be actually be doing this in person. You guys don't want to miss it. This is going to be the first time in a month since he's been on the podcast. Where is Venom Vex? Venom Vex is on a leave for right now. Might be explaining that down in the future, down the road. Why? On a different podcast platform. All the links will be down in the description down below to figure out what's going on. I am planning on having Venom Vex very soon. Probably not next week, but the following week, hopefully. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited to hear what the news is about with Venom Vex? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You guys do not want to miss any further future podcasts, especially if you guys are listening to this on a different different platforms like Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and stuff. You guys do not want to miss. We are actually bringing a new podcast, which already aired, the first podcast called Hellfire Club. We are planning on doing more of these down the road, and the second episode will be airing. I don't know, the editor hasn't had a chance to edit that yet, so you guys do not want to miss that. Alright, Unstoppable Squad, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week on the podcast. You guys do not forget to go ahead and check out our next podcast. It's in Wednesday, tomorrow, or Thursday coming up this week. You guys do not want to miss it. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here, and if you don't subscribe to the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.